And BHP, the world's biggest diversified miner, today said underlying profit increased 2% to $13.7 billion in the latest financial year. Revenue increased 3% off the back of stronger iron ore shipments, which offset price falls. But net profit fell 39% to $7.9 billion due to a $2.7 billion write-down of its mothballed West Australian nickel operations, plus a $3.8 billion charge for the Samarco dam failure in Brazil 9 years ago. BHP's dividend was cut by 24 cents to $1.46, a payout cut of 14% for shareholders. Now, I did speak earlier with BHP's chief executive Mike Henry for Business Weekend. He warns that the government's new industrial relations regime threatens Australian costs and competitiveness.
You know, we've been clear and vocal for a number of years now about the need for Australia to maintain policy settings that enable it to compete globally. And we're not just focused here on the resources sector or on BHP, we're talking about the economy more broadly. We recently released a report in this regard talking about the opportunity ahead for Australia, but for Australia to capitalize on that, it does have to have competitive policies in place that stimulate competitiveness globally. Now, if we look at our sector specifically, BHP has been very clear that we support rising wages to the extent that there's a link with productivity improvements. And our concern about some of the policies that are being put in place right now is that they bring extra cost, less flexibility, and certainly no productivity improvement. And that isn't a long-term trend, or that trend isn't going to be good for Australia in the long term.
And the full interview with Mike Henry will be on Business Weekend this Sunday from 11 a.m.